Hello, beautiful stars. Welcome to today's very unique, very special reading. Um, so, first, a bit of update. As I'm going through my meditative retreat here, I've thought about doing intermittent kind of readings, but I think in the future formats, we'll probably do a bi weekly readings, which will allow us for certain things. It will allow us to sync with moon cycles as well for new moon and full moon. And speaking of which, we are doing this reading on the Hunter's full moon in Aries shifting into Taurus here. So the lunar eclipse is also today, and this month has been quite a month for celestial energies going on, because we had the solar eclipse not too long ago, just a couple of weeks ago. So that is all the main things I wanted to mention going forward. And the other thing about that makes this reading so special is that we are currently sitting in the sacred medicine circle, and I open up the circle with the ceremony for the lunar eclipse here. So we call in the guardians and guides of the seven directions to help us in this reading here, and they're very excited, as I am as well, to convey to you. Their excitement is hard to contain right now. They're very happy about this, but they really wanted me to get the message across, or kind of like the topic focus about what's new, what's coming. So we'll go with that topic. I had some other ideas in mind, but we're gonna go with what Spirit suggested. So for those of you that are new here, I'm going to show you the options for your readings. In a second, you may be drawn to one option, more than one option. So if you do select and do what you feel is most intuitive to you. Whatever speaks out to you in an instantaneous moment, that is what's to go with. For those of you who are returning or are familiar with this process, let's go ahead and proceed now with the choices. So today, the options here, for group 1, we have the yellow rose. For group 2, we have the orange marigold. For group 3, we have the white baby's breath. And for group 4, we have the purple and a little bit of white Statice. Yes. Okay, so 4 gorgeous flowers, 4 gorgeous groups. So for this process, pick whichever one you are drawn to, or whichever ones. There may be more than one new beginnings coming for you, or new things coming for you, lovely stars. So whenever you are ready, go to the timestamps in the description below, choose your group 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I will see you in your reading. Hello, Pile 1, Group 1, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So you've chosen the yellow rose here, and let me just check to see if you can see it. There we go. Okay. All right, so you've chosen the yellow rose, and this is the format we've set up for you, and we're asking what's new, what's coming, what's on the horizon for you. This message will be for the end, and then we'll use any clarifiers if we need to with the tarot here. All right, so let's start here. So we have the stars. Fame, fortune, and freedom. Okay. And then we have the bear. Oh, okay. Big recognition. Then we have the young or masculine energy. You're being propelled forward. Okay. And we have the broom and the whip. Wonderful. Let's see. You can see the image there. Something's being repeated over and over. Admiration, applause, and praise. So what we've got going on here, give me just a second. Yes, so, okay. Let's start off with, so this is what we're asking about, or what they want to convey about, is something new and that's coming, right? Sorry, just make sure I get the message, didn't lose it. So for some of you, it is a project or something that you've been working on. Fame, fortune, and freedom comes to us in many different shape, way, and form. It doesn't necessarily mean the same way that we always perceive it as to be, like, say, a celebrity, for example, is something that is, or someone that is associated with fame, fortune, and freedom, right? Because of the, of all those things, the status that they have. But for some of you, recognition is enough, is what I'm getting. It's recognition, is achievement. So in that way, feeling recognized is sufficient in terms of feeling, don't get me wrong, for some of you it is actually fame and fortune, in the sense that you will be well known, widely known, and worldly known is what I'm getting. But for some others of you, recognition is sufficient as well. And this is not just small recognition, this is quite big recognition. It's almost as if it's written in the stars, or it's meant to be for you. Therefore, that's why it's coming in, it's in such a great way that it does, or great or grand or big way that it does. It's meant to be, it's well deserved. Okay, let's see what else. Getting a lot of messages all at once, so I'm trying to organize and get them all clearly across here. Okay, and so with this fame, with this recognition, depending on each individual ones of you, something about you being propelled forward, as if you were kind of working behind the scenes, not necessarily, but not working on the front of the screen, or not in the front line, not being noticed at the moment. And then that is taking a shift of being propelled. Now you'll be seen, you'll be recognized. And this appreciation or applaud or praise or product, I'm also hearing coming through, just maybe for some of you a little bit, but it's more so the recognition that we talked about already, and the applause and praise for it that's coming over and over again. So once you're propelled to whatever this is that's coming, different for each and every one of you, once you are propelled there, it's like the admiration, the adulation does not stop. It keeps coming over and over again, as if it's not as if, okay, let me, what I'm getting is that it's not like seeing it, whether your work or your status or your service, it's not as if people are seeing it like the first time each time, but it's like they get an appreciation of it every time they A, use your product, or B, come for your service, or C, somehow have to do with this whatever that's putting you to the forefront. Whenever they encounter it, it brings them benefit. It's something that can be repeated over and over. Say like if you put out I don't know, like a book or something, it can be, each time somebody reads it, it's like it's refreshing or it's new. I'm not sure that's a great example, but that's the best one I have. I guess something along the lines of a product is like every time they use it, they feel more, I don't know, rejuvenated, happy, whatever. That's the kind of thing we see that's repeating here. Okay, any more messages in terms of what's new and coming for group 1, please, Spirit? This will allow you to rest as well, because I know a lot of you have been working very hard, putting in this effort for whatever it is you're creating or whatever you're striving for. This also expands not in just this in a daily aspect. It could also be expanded to soul purpose for some of you. But the main message there being that you'll get rest once you are propelled into the spotlight here and are seen. Yeah. Okay. No further messages from there. Do we need to clarify anything, Spirit? Okay. Let's look at this final message first, where we want to go. So we have entered a chamber of healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. Yeah, for some of you, it's been a long and arduous journey. Some of you, it's not, but it feels like so. And then, of course, for some of you, it's putting in that work. So once again, they reiterate the rest component, as we see here. I just see a lot of you in being able to enjoy yourself comfortably and enjoy life comfortably. This is almost like in the retirement phase of your life. And that can be at any age, right? Once you are propelled to that fame, fortune, and freedom, you could retire in the sense that you don't need to worry about the daily constraints any longer. Yes. So it could be in any age or form. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's way down the line, like what we typically think of in retirement age. Okay. And let's get another message here for you. Anything else you want to convey, Spirit, for group 1, please? Group 1's energy. Okay. in group one, I feel your energy is okay for the most part. Either okay or good. It's like this tiredness. It's more so, I feel you're actually enjoying what you're doing. Even though it can be a lot of work sometimes, there's also the daily nuances of life that has to be kept up with. But for the most part, Andrea, your energy feels okay, group one. Yes, you may be tired at times, but it doesn't feel like anything's dragging or weighing you down. Okay, maybe for some of you. But for the majority of you in this group, yeah, your energy is pretty good. So, yeah, especially the healing aspect for those of you who, what I'm hearing is taking a toll on you, whether physically, mentally, here taxing as well, in all those areas, mentally, physically, emotionally, and energetically too. Yeah, the healing component will be great for you. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Two of Wands. And we have the Queen of Wands. I feel like I don't even need to convey this message because it's literally the reiteration of what we've been saying. Let me see if I can pierce out any extra details here. But yes, this is working towards the goal of something, to the point of feeling fatigued, to the point of feeling tired. And interestingly, the Knight of Wands here speak of, I don't get the energy that it's you. It's more so, it's almost as if there was something or someone kind of barring your way, stopping your way from getting this recognition, this achievement, this fame, this fortune, or whatever. It almost seems like there was some sort of invisible force there. Yes, that's the best way to describe it. Whether it be a person, an energy, or a thing, something was barring your way from getting to this point. But can we? No, yeah, it's too vary with individual cases to parse out what it is for each and every one of you. It's more so, yeah, the pervading energy is something was kind of like, yeah, barring or stopping the way there. But now, with the Ace of Swords here, especially when we're talking about new beginnings, this is definitely a new beginning. But for some reason, okay, two things here. One could be with the voice, with communication, the communication feel aspect, business, mass communication, and I'm also getting I in this message here. Whether it's an expansion, oh, okay, I see. Two things. Expansion for some of you that are more on the spiritual realm, the expansion of the third eye, allowing you to see and perceive easier and better, or shifting perspective better. Is that right? That's the best words we have, I guess. Perspective is the main thing they're giving me. The other is all eyes on you, as we talked about with the recognition here. It's the eye seeing here. And yeah, Of course, there's none of that imagery here, but that's the message that's coming through eyes. Okay, and of course, this is what we talked about. This is like a performance, right? The Two of Wands here. Usually, there's the so the Two Wands is this this in this imagery is this balancing act, this going back and forth, and I do see a little bit of that, but here it's talking about wands rather than the Two of Pentacles, which is more juggling. Although I feel it's closely related here, it reminds me of the energy of the Two Pentacles here that's being brought up here as well, because you'll be balancing a combination of different things. Wands, we're talking primarily about your interest, your passion. Here is what you'll be balancing, what to prioritize in terms of what you want to do. Spiritually, interests, or passion. Yes, and all of the above. All of those three will be kind of like a balancing act. For some of you, it will come in the form also of the Two Pentacles. We talked about balancing the interests and the passions with the practical aspect of life, say like your daily job or something like that, or things you have to take care of on a daily basis, like children or family or something other. But it comes down primarily as the Two of Wands, because it's more about balancing interests and passions and creative projects, rather than the material aspect. And here with the Queen of Wands, fame and fortune. It's primarily what's coming through here, and it's something that you'll absolutely love to do, because we are talking a lot here with the realm of the wands here. So this primarily pertains to your passion and your interests, and what you love doing, rather than what you love doing, say, for on a material more aspect. Even though it'll be working in the material realm, it'll be things that are on the realm of your passion and your interests here. And definitely for a good portion of you, it's also related to your spiritual nature, especially when we're talking about the third eye here, and then expanding into I guess you could say a more spiritual version of yourself, or a more evolved spiritual version of yourself. Yes, for those of you that are working on that aspect. This also reminds me here, in addition to the healing, going in, or within, to kind of advance your spiritual connection and development. Yes. Okay. Any more final messages for group 1, please, Guardians? Yeah, no, they want to say go forward. Congratulations to you. That is what's on the horizons. They're ever so happy for you, and I am as well, group 1. That sounds like a wonderful thing to look forward to achieve and to be recognized for. Yes, the applause, the praise, the laud is coming over and over again. Yeah. All right, lovely stars of group 1. That was the reading for your group. I'm hoping you have a wonderful full moon, full hunter's moon here. If you were able to see it, there's an extra glimmer of light, quite scintillating in the moon as she presents today. And with that, yes, we will be going forward from this point with more intermittent readings, most likely a bi-weekly readings. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful magical day whenever and wherever you are. Remember to take care of yourself, shine ever so bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, Pile 2, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. So you've chosen the orange marigold here. Lovely, beautiful flowers. Smells amazing. And your reading here is already quite interesting. It seems like the way they have me set up is a balancing of energy, as we can see here. 3 here to match with 3 here, and then 3 on this side and on this side. So I have no idea what's in store, so let's dive into it and see what we've got going on. We are asking what's new, what's on the horizon, what's coming for you. That's the message they want to give today. Yeah. So actually, let's start here. It's where they want me to start. Okay. So we have the crane, or la cigogne. Oh, okay. This is divinely guided for spirits bringing you something. Okay. And let's see how, which, okay, they want me to review this first, then we'll go to these sides. Okay, got it. Okay, Queen of Heaven, blessing from the Divine Empress of the Skies. Talk about spirit bringing you something. What are you bringing them? Okay. So, Queen of Hearts. For some of you, this is a divine partner coming in. A divine connection. Not necessarily romantic. Some of you certainly and definitely romantic. Others of you, it's a divine connection of sorts that will help improve your quality of life greatly in some way or another. Yeah, okay, that's what we've got so far. Let's go to this side. And we have the fishes, les poissons. Okay, that's lovely. It's a richness of a feeling, especially after a period and a time of being perhaps either just preoccupied on your own or kind of just keeping to oneself, or there's this feeling of almost like not yearning, forlorn, longing here because of comparison, of seeing others. And yes, both in terms of seeing others that are in relationships or happy relationships, or for others who are who have abundance, and you being on the other end of that, whether you were lacking abundance or lacking a partner or lacking love of some sorts, romantically or that's what's coming to kind of balance that scale, to balance that loneliness, to balance that lack. It's what's divinely guided here. Okay. And let's see here. Divine Sisterhood, community of spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. So I see this and it reminds me of the Lover's card in the tarot. Of course, like we mentioned already, just keep in mind there's 2 groups here, romantic and non-romantic. But highly, strongly, divinely guided here for romantic connections coming in. let's see on this side. We have the tree, and in this card here's the sakura. Yeah, so this is okay. This is pretty straightforward, but it's also pretty special here. The tree talks about longevity, about stability, about things that are enduring, long-term, healthy, and thriving. But a special message here coming in with this card, in addition to all that, the longevity of this divinely guided relationship or wealth or abundance, or partnership coming in, business-wise partnership or whatever, improving your quality of life here. There's a bit of tenderness here as well, very sweet and gentle, sweetness, caring, loving. Yeah, there's this that very kind of nice fuzzy gentleness in here that comes along with it. Yeah, gentility, I guess, is the best word I have to describe this message here for you, group 2. Okay, and we have the Lunar Queen, she of the celestial crescent. And let's see here. Okay. So for those that like setting intentions, casting spells, whatever, this is a good time to do that, especially with the we are in the lunar eclipse here, and we're having this synchronicity with this Lunar Queen card. Okay, it's your time to shine. I'm reminded of that, what we talked about in the intro there, with that scintillating aspect of the moon that I saw yesterday, and how brilliantly bright it was. It's almost as if the luster or the light on the moon gave like a different shine, a different feel to it. It's a fresh new shine, a fresh new feeling. That's what's coming through here. And in combination with this longevity here, that's really sweet, really gentle here. It's a sweetness that continues to shine as it ages. Kind of like a fine wine, I suppose. But it's a sweetness and gentility in this relationship, in this bond, in this connection, in this fortune that will never go away. It will continue to shine each time you embody it, each time you live it, each time you feel it. It's very sweet. Yeah. Okay, and okay, we want to go to this side first. So let's see here. We have the Three of Swords. Okay. Childhood wish, childhood memory. Not typically the meaning associated with this card, but that's the feeling I'm getting here from this message. And let's see why that is. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, okay, I see, that's why. Okay, hoping and longing for so long. It's like a Prince Charming that never came. And we have Six of Cups. Talk about childhood. That's the main feeling I was getting. It's more like a childhood wish, a childhood desire, seen from a very, perhaps a good portion of you here in this group are romantics. So you view life in a very romantic way, a romanticized way, which is not a good or a bad thing, it just is. But the way you look at life has a touch of beauty and of innocence to it. And whether this be a a vision of life that you had, or a vision of life that you wanted to live, or speaking more specifically here, whether this is a version of a lover or a love that you desire to have. It's been held there deep within your heart for a long time, but painstaking is what they're telling me, the word that's coming through here. Painstakingly waiting for this night, or the female version of a night, whatever that may be. I guess we don't have a word for that, but yeah, regardless of gender, whether you're waiting for your significant other, male, female, or non-binary or otherwise, it's been a painstaking kind of longing and a wait. That's why we have that kind of feeling of longing here, because it has seemed never to arrive. It's as if you kiss so many frogs, but you still cannot find the prince or the princess. Yeah, that's why it feels like a heartache, like a painstaking heartache, because it's been held in your vision, in your romanticized self for a long time. And like I said, neither good nor bad, it's just what it is. It's just how you view the world, and it's actually a beautiful way to view the world. Yeah. Flourish. Okay. Yeah, I'm reminded of how the marigold here flourishes. It's like all these little petals that kind of starts out like frills, and the way it flourishes here is it's elegant. It's, yeah, for lack of a better word, it's intricate and it's elegant, and that's how it's very romantic, romanticized. That's how you view life, and that's why it feels like, okay, now they're telling me I'm just beating the point over and over, so let's move on. But it's something held dear already to your heart. All right, let's go to this side. The lovers. Yes, that was what I felt before with this card. And we have the lovers here. Oh my god. Okay. When I asked Spirit which deck Spirit want me to choose for this, it's often in many tarot decks, especially the new ones nowadays, you only see the couple with the celestial angel guiding them. But in this case, the feeling we're getting here with this imagery is so great, because we see here another person. And yes, in the traditional meaning, it also has to do with choice. But that's not what I'm getting here. This ties back to this energy here. And this, where was that? No, primarily to this energy. Yes, this energy here with this card. And seeing what others have that you don't, and that creates that longing, that yearning, and that's the feeling I'm getting here from this imagery that they're sending the message through for me. And of course we see now it's divinely guided here. Same figure here with the crane coming through here with the same wing position here. So yes, in a way, yeah. One quick note that I do want to mention is, yeah, as much and difficult and hard as painstaking as the wait was, it had to be for you to grow into your full form. It's like you are now shifting from this phase here into this phase here. But in order to get here, you had to go through the trials and tribulations that you did in order to grow as a person. And your significant other as well, right? And okay, yeah. Let's keep going. And we have the Two of Wands here. Something about being in the spotlight, fortune and fame. If you're coming from another pile, not surprising, but what is this energy about? Yeah, there is some element of this significant party, this partnership, this divinely guided partnership, this divinely guided abundance that is, like we mentioned earlier, improving the quality of life. But there's specific role that plays here where either your partner is tied into it or other people are tied into it somehow. That this performance is to be recognized, and it's not a solo performance. It's not, you're not on your own. You're going to be a spectacle, but in a positive way, as in there are connections that you can lean on, connections that you can link with and tie with. That will kind of propel you into the spotlight here. Okay. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Okay. It's almost as if okay. I'm hearing a couple of things. I mean, of course we know the Nine of Cups is satisfaction emotionally. So definitely in the terms of romantic wise, you'll be quite emotionally fulfilled with your partner here, with your love, with your beloved, is what I'm getting. But going back to that painstaking aspect, is as if, and speaking also, this is, because what I was hearing was blood, sweat, and tears. And so we are not necessarily just speaking about the partner, but also in terms of the vision or the life that you wanted to accomplish or achieve, or to have. It's been painstaking to get there, to you felt as if you were chugging and going away at it, but somehow you haven't yet achieved it. But once you do, it feels very fulfilling, is what we're getting here. And that is the process here, also what we're talking about, going through all this hardship, all these lessons, all these trials and tribulations to get to this point here. Yeah. Wow, okay, wonderful. Group 2, that was a beautiful message. So no longer need to compare and look at others, what others have that you don't, because the life that you envision is divinely guided here. So it's coming in the way that is meant for you. Okay, they're also telling me patience is key here. I'll just leave that there. Patience is key here. So don't get discouraged. Yes, we know it's been a painstaking, arduous journey, but it is guided on its way to you. Very near is also what I hear. Okay. Any other final messages for group 2, please? They want me to draw one more card for you from the tarot deck, actually. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, maybe one or a couple more cards here. Can we get the final message you want to convey to group 2, please, Spirit? No. Yes, this one. Okay. Three of Wands. Okay, two things here. Some of you may embark on a journey, and therein lies the road to meeting this desired life partner, well, desired life or desired partner or desired wish or circumstance that you want to get to. That was one of the messages. What was the other one? Oh dear. I think I lost. Okay. So we'll let that message go. Yeah, departing on a journey of sorts to get here. Oh no, the other one, it's also on its journey to you. Okay. Somewhere you'll meet in the middle. Okay, that's why. Yeah, you're all packed and ready to go. Or you're so amped and you're so ready to live this wish, to live this envisioned life, to live this life with your partner. There's still a little bit of nuance left that needs to be coordinated. That's why you meet halfway through. So you don't have to push so hard. It is, yeah, it's coming to me. As we can see here, the two arrows coming and going. It's like you want to go so much around the world to search for it, to look for it elsewhere, but at the same time it's coming, it's on its way here to meet you. So somewhere in the middle, it'll it will match up. Okay, and that's going to be the final message for your reading, group 2. Wonderful, lovely message here. Yeah, so that is on the horizon for you. That's what's coming for you. Remember, patience is key, and then it will be something that is long-lasting and endearing, and that will glow and shine and scintillate each time anew. All right, lovely stars. That was your reading. I'm hoping you have a wonderful, magical day whenever and wherever you are. Take care of yourself. Remember to shine ever so bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so in today's reading, the message primarily they want to convey is what's new, what's coming, what's on the horizon. And your card shape takes a special form here when I was doing it. So we have 3 cards here, and it's almost as if it's coming like a path road, and it's splitting into 2 directions, or into 2 ways. So almost like this, and it splits into these 2 rows. So let's see what we have going on here. Let me just space out a little bit now that we mentioned the format unique to your reading here. So let's see what's new and coming. We have the dog. Oh, okay. Friendships rekindle. Yeah. What's coming? It's connections that once was, that maybe feels so far ago. I mean, so long ago. Let's see. Yeah, nostalgic, reminiscent, something, somebody returning. Yeah, oh, interesting. What's coming or what's on the horizon is a rekindling, is what we're getting. Yes, a rekindling of what was. Support, friend, network. Okay. And almost okay. Before I say anything further, let's look at the other cards, because it feels like it could go in one direction and the other in terms of past and future. Let's look at this side first. So we have the anger. Okay, it feels like this was someone or something that was reliable. You can always go to, always shine up and brighten your day. Yeah, literally like an anchor. Dependable, trustworthy, reliable. Interesting. Okay, now before we reveal the past, let's look at the past. Let's look at the other card here. Okay, you might be roped back into something as well. But everything has a very distant energy here. Distant, I'm talking about temporally, which is time-wise. We are looking at the past here, or past rekindling of something. And let's look at this energy here. This is the young or masculine energy. Oh, okay. Two messages here. One, some of you could be rekindling with someone or something that holds a very masculine energy. For some cases of you, that will be a male figure. But we are not limiting to that, of course, because we're talking about energy here. So anything with masculine energy, something with a lot of force, ambition, drive, rekindling some sort of that aspect. The other is sorry, I think so many things all at once, so many messages. Don't want to lose it. Going forward, so yes, the male or the masculine energy is wanting to rekindle with. The other is actually using the motive force of the masculine energy to drive or to propel yourself into the future direction of your life, into a more ambitious phase or state of your life. Let's see, how do we properly convey this? Okay, please help me. I don't want to muddle the message. Yeah, just making a clear shots using decisive energy. Yes. To go forward, to make new directions in your life. Yes. Okay. So that's two separate messages for this group here. One is going back and connecting with a male or a masculine energy figure, and the other is actually using masculine energy to carve your way forward in life. Yes, or to make shifts and changes in a decisive way in the future in your life here. Yeah, it's like a burst of new energy. So those are the two things that are on horizons. Now let's take a look at the paths of where these will lead. So for this, Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. Okay, so this is quite literal in terms of the description there, but also, so if this could be a past love, interest, or connection, and let me just state of it first, two messages here. One is rekindling with an old connection that is a stable support, friend, anchor that turns out to be a romantic connection, or rekindling with an actual old flame or connection itself. And the other actually is more so akin to spiritual nature and spiritual work, as we as it is stated on this card here. It's more this is not pertaining to the rekindling. So three separate cases in this group here. Old flame, old connection that turns into a flame, and then just the other group is just more in terms of it's either work connection related or spiritually inclined or nature of connection that will be expanded and developed. There we go, thank you. So those are the three cases we have got going on here. Yes. So that is one pathway. This leads to this network of support that lifts you up and that guides you up. And then the same here is rekindling, but kind of in the same way of roping yourself back to certain relationships or old flames that you have had. Okay, now let's look into this path here and see where we're headed. We have Queen of Heaven, blessing from the Divine Empress of the Skies. This is more stepping into your spiritual power, your divine self, or into a greater version of yourself. Yeah, so the two pathways we have going on here. And yeah, let's talk about pervading overall energies, because if we get too specific into each individual, then the energy is just too difficult to delineate. So the main primary is, what's coming is kind of this support network friend energy. One will be guiding towards old flame or rekindling old connections that will turn into something spiritual or like group support of sorts, or even turning into romantic. And the other going in this direction, it's getting using the masculine energy to step into your power, which means using the active, ambitious side of yourself to cultivate the energy that you want to become the greater version of yourself. Yes. And of course, we had that message about the male figure in relation to this path energy as well. So I almost feel as if, well, not only there are two split pathways here that you can follow, there depending on who you are in this group, there's also the choice of which direction to follow, whether you want to focus on your life aspect right now and your ambition and your career and your self-development, or focus on rekindling what seems, or clinging or hanging on to, or rekindling what seems steady and an anchor and a support for you. Yes. It is your job, lovely stars in this group, to discern what's yours and what isn't. Remember, these are general readings, so take what applies to your situation, right? Because we have multiple energies, as you can see here, coming through. Okay, but let's look at the overall energy that Spirit wants to leave you with. Let's see what the final messages or other final messages Spirit wants to leave you with. We have the Two of Wands. Okay. Going back and forth. We have the Three of Cups. There's that nostalgia feeling again. We have the Four of Wands. Okay. We have the Eight of Swords. Important message here, do not isolate yourself. Yeah, okay. Just want to point that out before I forget. We have the Page of Pentacles. Look to things with a new eye. To look at the potential that is available in everything. We have the Hermit. Okay. It seems comforting in that solitude, but okay, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Your life can become what you want of it. Okay, so the message we have here, especially with this card being the pivot here in the center. What do we want to say about this? There is some ambivalence, perhaps, with these connections, or the nostalgia that is associated with these connections. There is some ambivalence about going back and forth with it, but actually what I do see, Group 3, is there is some form of celebration that it could become something really happy, something really enjoyable, something really pleasurable as well. It can turn into something beautiful and something solidified, something stable. Yeah, so as much as this may seem like nostalgia, this may seem like should I, shouldn't I kind of a thing, should I, yeah, it has the potential and the possibility of turning out into a beautiful thing. Because perhaps for some of you, where this is, yeah, remember the message we talked about earlier. don't get caught up into your own mind or in the solitude of your mind, is also what we're getting here. As comfortable as that solitude may seem, um, it kind of almost entraps us within it entraps us within a complacency that does not allow us to look at things from a new or fresh perspective. The encouragement here, from the message they have for you, is to look at things from a fresh perspective, or more so specifically, now let me correct myself, to look at the possibilities there are in things. Yes, the potential, the possibilities of what could be, rather than being in the worry or mental state of, oh, what if it doesn't happen, or what if it doesn't turn out, or what if it doesn't, or what if. It's more like, well, what if it can become something greater? And that's because you have the potential to use your masculine divine energy to forge the life and the path that you want, both via your own intention, your own power, and also in terms of kind of spiritually guided power. Also spiritually, how to convey this? It's part of your own self-growth and advancement. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah, part of your self-growth and your advancement depends on your perspective and how you see things and how you view and interact with life. And you have the potential to become more and to make more out of life. But it is a matter of shifting yourself into the right energy and perspective that allows you to do so, to see things, to see every situation, well, maybe not every situation, but to see situations with potential, rather than falling back into the complacency of your own solitude or your own whatever is comforting to you. It's like, okay, this state of where I'm at may be very comfortable, but it does not allow for expansion. And that's what's being encouraged here. But of course, it's a choice and a path to make, right? That's why your reading here is split into two paths. And even this path here, with going back to what's steady, it can turn into something that's beautiful. Yeah. The main key importance here is looking at things with and seeing their potential. That's what's being pointed out. Yeah. Okay, anything else, Spirit? So they're saying that sometimes, okay, sometimes they know it's hard because it's easy to fall back to lower vibration. That's part of being human. And we should learn to acknowledge that, to understand and comprehend that you don't need to be perfect, but at least you can try. Yes. In every moment, every circumstance, every situation we have or that we go through, we can always strive and try to do or to be better. It's not that we won't fall back to our old selves or into our faults or what we think are faults, But when we do, try to remember that you can shift yourself out of that. That's the message they want to leave you with. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, and thank you, Pal 3, for tuning in. That was your reading. Wonderful reading. Yes, so I'll leave it up to you, but keep in mind to see things and shift your perspective to see the potential in things, and to try to go forward and achieve the best version of yourself here. All right, lovely stars of Pile 3, that was your reading. Thank you for tuning in. I'm hoping you have a wonderful, magical day whenever and wherever you are. Take care of yourself, shine ever so bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, beautiful stars of Group 4. All right, so we are, with the message they want to convey is about new beginnings, what's coming or what's on the horizons. So let's see what we've got going on for you. And I think so far, all 4 piles today have had different spreads. Okay, so let's see for you, Group 4. And oh yes, you've chosen the purple Statice here. Lovely flower, by the way. Okay. Okay, the birds is your first card here. Oh, many options, many talents. Okay. Auditions, trying things out or trying out for things. Interesting, getting the word out. Yeah, okay. So new opportunities, I guess, would be the one word that sums that up. New potential opportunities, new potentials. Yeah, so when we're talking about auditions, trying out for things like that, yeah, new opportunities, or spreading the words of things, yeah, for you, or passing along your resume, or passing along, yeah, the nature, that kind of thing. Opportunity, I guess, would be the one best word to sum that up. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see what other cards we have for you. We have past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. I'm getting connections. Past life, present power. Okay. Many different versions of you in past lives, many different abilities, skills, knowledge that has been acquired, coming out to a culmination at this point. The question is, what does it have to do with the opportunities that are coming for you? I'm also seeing multiple connections here, past lives connections and things like that are coordinated divinely in this lifetime to bring about an opportunity or opportunities. Yeah, okay. Let's see what that is in regards to here. We have talismans of potency, charging sacred objects of power. Talismans of potency. What I'm hearing and what I'm getting is hidden skills. A skill, well, a latent skill is there's a trigger or a charge that brings it into effect. Okay. Yes. Something will be activated. Okay. Now let's see what we have here. Cartouche, divine names of power. Interesting. Okay. So, speaking about opportunities, there are many pathways here for you. Okay, I just heard portent of power. So what's coming here? Or what's on the horizon? Either way, it has some form of what we're getting here is the empowerment of you, or elevating your power, or triggering certain hidden or latent skills from previous lifetimes that will activate you into power. But the thing that's interesting here is that this can go in many different ways or form. See, the best way, because I see you in many different forms and in many different, or with many different skills and powers here, if that makes sense. Because what we're getting here is an energy of multitudes. Yeah, so because multitudes of connections and multitudes of possibilities and multitudes of talents and skills and multitudes of power or versions or skills or versions of yourself or skills or power that you can attain, acquire, step into, or activate. Very interesting here, Path 4. Your path is quite different from the other three. Yes, but there is something being charged, something being ignited, something being triggered here. Trigger not in a negative sense. Trigger is in activated. Okay, maybe that's a better word. Something is activated here. Perhaps a latent skills from a past life of sort, or latent ability, or something. Yeah, it's being activated here. Yeah, and we get a lot of past lives here, going into the current present form. All right, can we get a bit more information here? Okay, they want me to say this for later. Can we get a bit more information about these skills and past lives? That group 4 excuse me, is potentially coming into here, Spirit. What is this all in regards to? Oh, okay. That, okay. Okay, got it. You're stepping into a well-known, or well-known is not the right word. You're stepping into a position of power that will have mass influence, or some sort of mass effect, or doing something in relations with others that will have a mass effect. That's why there are multiples ability and skills that need to be activated here. Yeah, Okay, I think we need one more card. Is that right? Yes, okay. One more card here. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's see what this is all about. Quite fascinating, and I'm curious. We have the Ten of Swords. Huh, okay. Interesting. It's like with each past life, you took a little bit of the last of that oomph and kind of stored it away. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups. Talk about multiplicity again. The one that stands out the most to me is this one here. Yeah. A position of power or recognition. Something to do with the masses. Okay, the Page of Wands. This is where you'll be starting. Okay. Hold on. And we have the Four of Swords. Oh, okay. Wow, group 4. What I heard from this was you'll be raising a dead society. Or let me rephrase that. You'll be kind of reviving an aspect or a society or some aspect of society that has been long ignored, pushed to the side, washed away. Wow, interesting messages coming through here. Yeah, it's like each reiteration of the past lives you had, you save a little bit of, it's like a burst of energy or a burst of knowledge or skills that is stored away. I mean, that is the case for all of us, right? And with the Akashic records and your past lives and whatnot. But it's almost like, okay, I see. It's preparing you for this moment in time, in this incarnation. And so what's new and what's coming? You're going to be presented with opportunities, and once you go for those opportunities or those routes or whichever route you take, it's going to propel you into a position that will allow you to deal with the masses or influence the mass in some shape, form, way, or another. It doesn't have to be like something major, like a top political leader, but it could be like the assistant to that. It could also be a topic, just mentioning that it could be either a top political position leader or the assistant to thereof, or some form of connection to thereof. And I was just using political leader as an example, but this talks about more about because we talked about auditions earlier, right? So it could also be in something that brings you into the spotlight. But what happens here is whatever that fame, that spotlight is, you first be initially starting out in not such an advanced position, but over time like we mentioned earlier, you're going to be reviving some sort of aspect or something, yeah, of a society, of a group of people, or an aspect that has long seen died away, or is not that commonly known, or is, yeah, in practice, or it's not circulating, that sort of nature. And in that process, it's about using these skills and activating the skills of your past lives, activating that into different abilities and powers that you can currently have and use in your current life for the benefits of bringing whatever's been dead back to life. That was a really convoluted way of explaining that, but I'm hoping you get the message. Yes, because your reading here is also quite diverse in its energy. It's like, it's a bit hard to hold because it can go in multiple directions, and it does. That's where we see so much multiplicity here, so much potential you can become, so much skills you can access from different lifetimes. That's why there's so much power that here that you can at your disposal is what I'm getting. So much power and potential at your disposal that you can use or tap into. Yes. To revive something. Okay, let's we can now look at actually no, we cannot yet. They still want me to draw one more card. Okay. What else do you want to convey, Guardians, to group 4 here, please? The reading is quite interesting. Okay, we have one more card to draw here for you, group 4. Yeah. Okay. So we have the devil. Okay, the first thing I heard was power. Power to change worlds, power to change a corrupt system, power to change the order, the current order, or what's in control. Interesting. Okay. That's the magnitude you'll be working at. Okay, yes. That's the magnitude you'll be working at, group 4. Remember what we said earlier. They're reiterating that again, portent of power, which is a mass accumulation of power. All the skills you've acquired and saved and worked up to this point, to this life incarnation, is to help you, yes, change or revive this dead or oppressed system, on a mass world scale. Changing worlds too, as what happens here can be an example and adopted in other universes, and in other systems as well. So that's the magnitude we're talking about. whatever significant impact you have to do in this lifetime will have greater impact and scale on a multi-world universe and energetic aspects in the cosmos. Whew, okay. Okay, now we can look into this final message here. We have the Ace of Cups, Deliverer of Peace, okay. Six of Wands. Interesting. Some of you might have achieved this already. Page of Pentacles. Falling under the Page of Wands here, both with potential. Page of Cups, another page. Oh wow, okay. With the triple pages, it's opening. Remember what we talked about worlds, opening multiple pathways for different worlds. Yes. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords. Yes, it's an old corrupt system that you're changing here. And we have Temperance. Okay, bringing spirit into reviving spirit into the dead, like reviving, literally like resurrection. Now we're talking resurrection of either ideas, resurrection of systems, resurrection of infusing infusing spirit into what's lacking spirit. Yes. Amazing, incredible. Yeah, so I'm not sure there's any concrete example I can give, except for like maybe perhaps the current world and political systems what we have going on, where people are oppressed, people are abused with corrupt control of power, that is leading the that's leading the world the way that it is, with a lot of corruption. So that is almost like devoid of the essence of spirit, which is light, expansion, and growth. And your role in it is to use the skills that you have amassed to this point. Once you get started, and like I said, for some of you, I feel like either you're there already or you've accomplished your path. So kudos to those of you who have done that. Amazing, incredible. Thank you for doing your soul purpose and work. For others of you, it's starting. Yeah, that's new on the horizon here. But whatever purpose, whatever you're doing, will have this kind of major impact on this world and then other world as examples of energy resonance that can be taken and adopted and applied in other worlds as well. It's the liberation of the corrupt system, of corrupt power, in order to bring forth peace and infusing spirit back into what has been devoid or drained of spirit. Yes. And so many potentials and possibilities here of directions it can lead into. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Yes. Group 4, that was an amazing reading. Thank you so much for joining me here with that yeah, with what's coming for you with potential. And thank you all the guardians and guides here to help us deliver this message today. Anything further for group 4, please, Spirit? They want me to acknowledge that you are doing a good job and to keep going forward with it. For those of you that are still in that path or track, for those of you that have completed, or close to completion, they are already doing it. Yeah, just good job to you. Okay. Anything further, Spirit? No. Okay, group 4. That was your reading. Such an incredible reading. Amazing. So yes, go forth with that and infuse Spirit back into what's not there anymore, or what's lacking, Spirit. All right, group 4. That was your reading. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I am wishing you a wonderful, magical day, whenever and wherever you are. Hope you had a wonderful eclipse. Yeah, remember to take care of yourself, shine ever so bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars.